Just like every superhero duo, there's always a smaller guy and a bigger guy. Now, if the iPhone 7 is, say, Robin, then the iPhone 7 Plus is unequivocally Batman, besides having a design that in no way reminds me of any TV character whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. You must admit that the phone looks hot, especially in the black color. I think the Plus version looks a lot better than the iPhone 7. But besides that, there's a few things that make the iPhone 7 Plus a little bit plusier than, say, the iPhone 7. Obviously, number one would be the bigger screen size. And it's a really big phone, big in the hand, big in the pocket. And it feels sort of unnatural, especially coming from an iPhone 7, which I had been using for about 2 weeks. However, there are some pluses to having a bigger screen size. One of the biggest for me is probably video, or more specifically YouTube. On the iPhone 7, the highest resolution you get is 720p. On the iPhone 7 Plus, you get 1080. Also, if you're into gaming, the bigger screen size is definitely a plus. Something that really sets the iPhone 7 Plus apart from the iPhone 7 is found on the back of the phone. 2 cameras. Now, Apple is definitely not the first to the party with this one. LG and HTC and Huawei have been experimenting with this for a while, and everyone seems to have a different idea as to what 2 cameras should be able to do. And Apple's idea is probably one of the more boring versions. In a nutshell, you have 2 pictures, one that is a standard view, and the second one is zoomed. Now, the cool thing about that zoom is it retains image quality. Now, if you've watched my LG G5 review, you'll know that I'm not 100% sold on the 2 camera movement. But I think Apple really has some potential. For instance, they have this portrait mode, which is in beta right now. Essentially, portrait mode tries to replicate depth of field. It takes a subject, which has to be a certain distance from the camera, and it blurs out the background. Now, as I said, it's in beta. Now, keep that in mind. About 75% of the time, it gets it wrong. It either tries to blur out a certain portion of the subject, or it doesn't blur out enough of the background. But that 25% of the time that it gets it right, it's really cool. Yes, HTC tried to do something similar to this a while back, but Apple is a perfectionist company. And I think that they could actually make something really cool with the portrait mode feature. Now, another thing that I would really love to see is post-selective focus. So you can essentially take a photo and select what area of the photo you want to be in focus and what part of the photo you want to be blurred. Again, there's potential with this dual camera thing. It's just not there yet. One last area of plusiness is the battery life. If I was getting about a day of battery life on my iPhone 7, I'm getting about a day and a half to about 2 days on the iPhone 7 Plus, which almost makes up for the lack of fast charging. Yeah, no, it doesn't. And that's really all I have to say about the iPhone 7 Plus. If you want to know anything more about the iPhone 7, I'll leave that review up in the cards. Anyways, if you like this video, leave a like or a credit card or your house, and catch me in the next one. Bye. Hey, look, it's an apple. Relatable.